Okay, so I failed already on my no buy slash low buy. I couldn't help it, guys. I couldn't help it. So my best friend's mom, she sent me a message like, hey, my mom, so my best friend's grandma, she's like, she has a box full of yarn that she's had forever, and she's never going to do anything with it, and we want to know if you would like this box of yarn. And I was like, okay. And she like sent me a picture of it, and I was like, that's a big box of yarn. Okay, big box of yarn. Looks pretty good to me. And of course, I saw these, and you know where my mind went with that. Color pulling, yes ma'am. So she's like, I don't know how many skeins are in there. She's like, I think it's like 50 or so. You know, and I was like, whoa, how much do you want for it? And she's like, I don't know. How much would you give me for it? She's like, some of the skeins stay like 79 cents. I don't know. I was like, well, would you take $40? You know, that's about 70 cents per skein, you know, if there's 50 in there. She's like, let's go for 30. Just give me 30. And I was like, okay, I'll give you 30. So I met up with her, gave her $30, and got this huge box of vintage yarn. You guys, some of this stuff I have never seen before, never heard of it. The wrappers are like yellowed and crinkly and like falling apart, and I'm like, whoa, okay. Now, some of the yarn, parts of it are unusable. At least I think so, because like, here we go. For example, this color is a red heart. It says 59 cents. It is blue gray, and it is blue gray like on this side, but I don't know if you guys can tell. There's a here, if I move the label, you'll be able to see. You see that? There's some kind of residue or dust or something like that where the box, as you can see, is overflowing. And so it wasn't able to be closed all the way. I'm so sorry that Vanna is chewing on the edge of the box there. So sorry if you hear that. But anyway, so there was like dust or something that settled on the box. So some of the skeins have that on the outside, but the inside is perfectly fine. And so my plan is to use as much of it as I can. I mean, it was a steal anyway, so if I don't use every single inch of the skein, it's fine, it's okay. So I already used one of these. I dug around towards the bottom and got one that I knew didn't really have anything on, any of the dust stuff on it, and used it for part of the border on my blue blanket that's in my 2023 goals to finish. So I did finish that. Like, okay, so I failed in part of my goals, you know, the no buy part, failed in that, but I have succeeded in finishing at least that blanket. So, you know, balance, it's balance. But anyway, I was super excited, you guys, because this yarn, it's Radiance brand. I've never heard of that, never seen this label before ever. This one is 79 cents. Yeah, no, stop it. Stop that. This one is 79 cents, and this colorway is called Morning Apricot. Take a look at that label. Isn't that cool? Like, okay, 100% worsted weight acrylic. Now, I had to pull out one of these and immediately check to see if it would color pull. And you guys, take a look. Look at that. This is one skein of that. Look how beautiful that is. You can see those squares perfectly. Love it. Look at those stripes. So I have plenty more of those. I mean, I can see 4 of them right now. And so I'm going to dig through the box. I'm going to pause my video. I'm going to count how many skeins I have, organize them by color so that I can show you guys what exactly is in there. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Whew, that was a lot. In total, there were way more than 50 skeins in this box. There were 86 skeins of yarn. Now, some of the labels say like 79 cents. Some say like $1.29. Obviously, those are very outdated prices for this yarn, but I averaged it out. I'm just looking at a few of them, and they averaged out to about $1 a skein at that time of purchase. So this person purchased $86 roughly worth of yarn, which even now is a lot of money for yarn. So imagine however many years ago how much even more that $86 would count for. And buying this yarn has kind of, it was a fail in not buying more yarn, but it also was a reminder of I'm on the right path with my yarn as far as my goals for this year is using up the yarns that I have. Because looking at this yarn, the person who bought this yarn or received it as a gift or whatever, they had a vision for this yarn and it was never realized for them. Now, I'm going to take the yarn and I'm going to realize a vision with it to the best of my ability and what can be salvaged and can be used. But in going through this yarn, my heart was really kind of sad for the person who never did get to fulfill their dreams for this yarn. And I won't get to use some of it because some of it even got ruined. So that $86 that they lovingly spent on something that they're passionate about is going to go to waste for them and for me. And so I'm looking at this as kind of encouragement to be like, you know what? Okay, you brought in more yarn, yes, but you're still on your path to meeting your goals, using up some yarn that you have, fulfilling those visions of what you see for your yarn, and moving forward before adding more yarn to your stash. So let's talk about the colors that we have. I'm going to start with my favorite one, and that's the Morning Apricot in the Radiance brand that does color pull. It does do this. I have in total, there's 21 skeins left in this box. This one made 22. So there were 22 total skeins. Now, they're kind of small. It's only 2.5 ounces, and this is how far one skein will get me. So imagine this multiplied 22 times, and that's how big that blanket's going to be. It'll be pretty big, and I'm probably going to just use it all to make one big blanket because I like it and I think it's beautiful. So that's what I'm going to do. That's my vision for this yarn. Next up, we have the color Light Periwinkle, and in this color I have, let's see, six skeins. Now, a lot of this one has the like dust or whatever that is, discoloration on it. So I'm not sure how much of that I'll be able to use, but 6 light periwinkle. Then we have just regular periwinkle. I had 12 of those. So I imagine whoever bought this yarn probably bought those to use together, but never did. So I imagine that's probably what they were anticipating. Next color, Country Blue. This is the one that I used in the border of my blue blanket that I was already working on. I have 10 of those plus the one I already used, so 11 altogether. This is a Red Heart Super Saver. Look at that old label, you guys. Cool, and that says $1.29 from Woolworth. Neat. I don't even remember Woolworths. That was before my time. Sorry for those of you that remember Woolworth. I don't. I don't remember. But anyway, moving forward. Next is white, and I say that loosely because you can probably really see the discoloration there. With white, there were 6 of those, and if I had to guess, they got it to go with those periwinkles. I mean, I can see the vision. It just was never realized, which is sad. Next, we have another blue. This person was into blue. This is blue gray. And there are 20 of these. 20 blue grays, which if I were at the store, I wouldn't have picked this color. Like, it's not a color that speaks to me, and it's even worse because it's got the discoloration. But if I move the label, you can see it's just kind of like a dull blue. I would have picked that, but it reminds me of the country geese that have the bonnets. This is the blue that is with those geese. That's what this reminds me of. So if you were going to make a blanket or something to go in your living room to go along with your geese, you were on the right track. And the last color, which is also one of my favorites, is this pink color called Petunia. This is also a red heart. This is sport weight. I don't usually use a lot of sport weight, but you know, hey, it was free, so I'm gonna use it. But with the Petunia, I have 15 of these, and then, you know, honestly, some of these are damaged. You know, to be perfectly fair and honest, they're damaged, but I'm probably going to use them to practice stitches, you know, to do something that is a little risky, that I'm like, oh, I don't really want to use my good yarn on that, because if I mess it up, I don't know, you know. So, or, you know, I might use it to practice making some amigurumi that I don't really care if I mess it up, because it's yarn that's already kind of damaged anyway, and that's really just looking to be revitalized and made into something. I'm not really sure. There are some skeins that, especially like the white, that I'm not sure if any of it can be salvaged, but I'll do my best and we'll see where it goes from there. I might try to wash some of this to see if I can get some of this discoloration out. So if you have tips on washing skeins of yarn, I've heard to like tie it into a pantyhose nylon, or get like a lingerie bag to put them in. I've heard of those things, but like as far as like the detergents that you wash them in, let me know what the best is to use. Like, because in my mind, I'm just gonna fill up the sink with some warm water and some Blue Dawn dish soap. That Blue Dawn gets everything out of everything. So I don't know, we'll see. But I hope you enjoyed this haul. I hope you've gotten something from this like I did, and I'll see you next time. Remember, it's yarn o'clock somewhere, so it's always time for yarn.